And we're live. Welcome to 5-Minute Fridays. I'm your host, Zach Storms. I'm from Startup TNT, and we got a great guest today. It's none other than Jana Rieger from TrueAngle. Jana, how you feeling today?
Hey, I'm doing great, Zach. Thanks.
Jana graduated first, actually, #1 winner from our November 2020 summit. She's got a great local company here in Edmonton called TrueAngle Medical. We're going to spend 5 minutes. We're going to time it. We're going to learn a little bit about Jana, a little bit of her background, what's new at TrueAngle, and maybe share up a little bit of wisdom for all of us entrepreneurs out there trying to find our way. So our next investment summit, I want to do a quick plug, is coming up November 18th. That's in less than 2 weeks. And are we ready to get started, Jana?
I'm ready.
So before we get started, you and I have to work as a team here because we only got 5 minutes. I like to do just a quick, 1 or 2 question warm up. Okay, we'll fit this in. So first thing is, what is your job title at TrueAngle?
My job title is CEO.
CEO, that's an impressive job title. And what are you looking forward to about winter in Edmonton?
Oh man, I'm looking forward to, those days where you just get the big fluffy snowflakes that fall really slow in front of the window and it's all warm inside your house. That's what I love. I'm looking forward to that.
That's cozy up with some hot tea, maybe a fire. That sounds perfect.
Yeah, for just one day. That's it.
Just one day. Just one day. Okay, let's get started. I'm going to put the timer on here. Here we go. Jana, tell us a little bit about your academic background and your research that you're doing at the University of Alberta.
Okay, for sure. So my background is in rehab science, and I was part of an institute, still am, for reconstructive sciences and medicine. We work with patients who have defects of the head and neck. I'm telling you this because it leads into the technology that we developed. So as a clinician scientist, I worked with patients who had head and neck cancer. One big problem that they had was, after all their treatments, was with eating and swallowing. And so they lost that whole joy and zest of just having great food because of all the treatments that had happened to them. And it was actually, they were put in a position where it was life-threatening for them to be eating. So I had this treatment that could work and get them better. It's an exercise program, but it meant coming into the hospital all the time, and they just couldn't do it on a daily basis for weeks on end. I don't blame them. So I decided with a team, my other 2 co-founders, that we were going to change this, and we did. So we created a system called the Mobility. It's a remote system to help patients who have this problem, which is called dysphagia. And it lets them do their exercises at home and do them on a regular basis, gives them a personalized program. Awesome.
Yeah, so well, tell us a little bit more about the product and the company. So how is this helping the customers here?
Yeah, so typically, so when I was doing this with patients, when they couldn't come in every day, what I would do is, and I'm sure lots of people who are listening have had this experience, I gave them a piece of paper that had all these really ugly line drawings of exercises, and it said, do 5 of these every day and 5 of these every day. And so somebody goes home with that and they don't do anything with it.
Yeah, that sounds like me. Don't do those physical therapy stuff. Yeah.
No, not, and I can't blame you. It's not motivating. There's nothing there to get you into the exercise. So what our company is doing is we are creating smart technologies that will eradicate the paper pencil exercise thing from this earth, because there's no reason that people shouldn't have technologies. And so the basis of what we're doing is we're creating sensing technologies. So they sense something about the body and they feed that into a software system. And we're working lots now on developing out our software, making it smarter, and just really giving the patient a whole experience. So the first thing we're dealing with here is dysphagia, but on our roadmap, we have some ideas and some exciting things on the bench as well.
Well, why don't we fast forward? That's an amazing story. I love the background of your story. I also have a PhD. I used to work in academia. I love when I meet other academics building companies. Fast forward today. What's changed in the last year since you participated in the investment summit? What's new at TrueAngle?
Oh man, we've grown. So we've doubled in size, and over the past year, we have really done that with a business lens. So we have brought on folks who are in the area of sales, marketing, finance, product dev, and all those things that we were really poised for to help us with product market fit and traction and growing our sales essentially. So yeah, our sales have also increased over 300% since the time we were in Startup TNT. So that's really exciting too.
300% sales growth is pretty awesome in 1 year. And you didn't even mention you closed a round with a bunch of leading local investors.
Yeah.
TNT was just one of many people you raised money from. So congratulations to you, Jana.
Yeah.
Listen, what kind of advice do you have to people that are maybe similar to you or where you were like 5 years ago? They're academic researchers. They want to commercialize their technology. Where do they get started? How do they get started on this process?
Yeah. So, I mean, I could talk to you for about an hour here with all the advice that I
You only got
have.
1 minute left. You only got 1 minute left.
Oh, God. Okay. So I'll just say three things. I think the first thing to do as an academic is to get out of your science and look at the market. We love our science, but we really need to know that there's a market out there for what we love to do. The other thing is get yourself into an early stage accelerator or a mentorship group. And when I say early stage, I mean it. Like, don't go to an accelerator that is already looking for advanced companies because they'll trash you and you'll lose all your confidence and it won't be great. And then I'd say the third thing is just ask yourself if you're really ready for the fast ride of entrepreneurship because it is so different than academia.
Yeah.
And you have to be able to tell your story in 30 seconds and tell your business story in the other 4.5 minutes that you have for your 5-minute pitch.
Well, I love that advice. My takeaway is like immerse yourself in kind of the startup business mindset as best you can. And I think that's really
yeah.
great advice, Jana. All right, we're at time, but I'm going to ask you a bonus question because I like to break the rules.
Excellent.
What's the impact 20 or 30 years from now? What's the impact you're hoping True Angle has on society?
Yeah. Well, I think the first one I said is no more paper exercises. There's no reason that people should have that. I hope that what we're doing will allow people to age in place. They won't have to go to the hospital. They can, stay at home, stay well. And, hospitals aren't happy places. So let's keep people out of them. Let's keep them in their happy place. And that's our tagline, to enjoy the life you're living. So that's our dream.
That's a great tagline for you. It's also a great tagline for all of us. Enjoy the life you're living. Enjoy your weekend. Join us at Startup TNT. In 2 weeks, next investment summit, we're going to meet a bunch of more great entrepreneurs just like Jana Rieger. Thanks so much for joining us today, Jana. Time is up.
Thanks, Zach.
Thank you. Bye-bye.